Folks, you're beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for your support. And hey, one of my roommates, Caleb Williams, he's a funny guy. He's cousin of David Williams, I recorded him one time in the Fall Retreat when he and Luch were wrestling, also known as Gideon. And one time when he was charging at him, he's like, "Oh, your foot's bleeding." He's like, "Nah, that's fine." Caleb actually thought it was funny too. And how like when he ever cries at me, he's just like, hey, I just had to do that. I mean, it sounded really funny to me. And hey, you ever seen the Captain Underpants movie? Raise your hand. Well, we got like a few people, but I got 2 Captain Underpants books, and Captain Underpants' famous quote when he wins a battle after defeating a villain, he's like, "Tra-la-la!" And who else likes Captain Underpants? Who? My Uncle John. Oh, hey, when Sylvester the cat ever chases after a mouse, but then he goes into a cage, but then he opens it and he sees a baby kangaroo, but he just goes, "Suffering succotash! Look at the size of that mouth! Jeez!" But he needs to get his eyes checked. I mean, yeah, it's not a mouse, it's a baby kangaroo. And hey, you ever seen the episode of Fractured Leghorn with Foghorn Leghorn when, he tries to catch that worm and Delta Cat's trying to get it, and so he catch a fish, but then Foghorn Leghorn's like, what's the big idea? Chasing my worm. You're a cat, son. Cats don't eat worms. You're taking the food right out of my mouth. I don't go around chasing mice. Stand up, boy. You're tripping over your own feet. Now you stay away from worms and I'll stay away from mice. You know it's good, baby. Yap, yap, yap. Keep that mouth flap if good listening. And, I thought my dad would be Foghorn Leghorn, but, my dad doesn't like him. He just says he talks too much, but whatever. Hey, have you ever seen the show Clarence? There's Sumo, voiced by Tom Kenny. He also did SpongeBob SquarePants. And, my dad doesn't like SpongeBob, but, I used to watch SpongeBob when I was a kid. And, Sumo, and I like to whenever he talks, in that one episode, Jeff's new toy, he's like, "No, Jeff, I'm really hungry. Like I might pass out if I don't eat. Hurry up and feel woozy." Sorry, I was a bit hesitant there. Just forgive me for that. And Clarence, when he gets chased by geese, he's like, actually, what's funny? It's probably that funny thing when you're walking into somebody and you're like, "Hey, who are you talking to?" "I don't know." And the geese flying, he's like, "And you really just have to laugh about it." "Oh my goodness!" What, that's not enough? Okay, that's good enough for me. Hey, what if Al Pacino did Darth Vader instead of James Earl Jones? He'd be all like, "Luke, come to the dark side so we can rule the galaxy as father and son." He feels like that for no reason. He has anger issues, but I first heard that from Frank Caliendo. He's an inspiration to me. Hold on, I'm thinking of...
Do Ryan Basin.
Hey, my name is Ryan Beeson. I'm the leader of the team league. I put the boys in the cabins in the woods because, they don't have any bathrooms. And it's like, no. And I don't enjoy something. No offense. No, I already did Cory Rucker last year, but Deacon McCoy, the famous wrestler, maybe while he's working out, I think he's like, "Deacon like the muscles, Deacon one more muscles, I'm so strong." Hey, Joel Dye, he looks like Michael Rooker, who does Yondu and Guardians of the Galaxy. He can control an arrow with the power of his whistle, like, whoosh, 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 whoosh. And Jacob Beeson, he's like, instead of Jacob Beeson, he should have been called Ryan Beeson Jr. That's what I call him sometimes.
One more shot.
And Apu from The Simpsons, he's Indian, and he's like, "Hey, my name is Apu, and I work at the Quickie Mart. What were you thinking?" No, sucks a poop and a quickie mark. My wife!
Sean wants you to know that that will be on his YouTube channel. So I do commercials now.
Yeah, amen to that.
It'll be on his YouTube channel so you guys can rewatch that. Are you guys ready finally?